Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you.
All right, welcome to our very first episode of 15 Minutes of Genius. What the show is about is bringing on other geniuses that can provide advice and insight for food, beverage, or CPG companies. So we're christening the ship. This is our very, very first show. And before getting into our guest, which I'm really excited to introduce this guy, we're good friends. I was a first guest on his show, which is Let's Eat, which is on LinkedIn as well. But before I go into that and we get started, I just wanted to plug my friend, Mark Nicholas, Mark N at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. He's the one that's putting on this entire production, and it's from Manhattan Beach, if you didn't know that already from the title. So if you ever want any videos, you know, audio, music stuff, anything really cool that's just kick ass, make sure to email Mark N at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. All right, well, let's get right into it. My guest is humbled and honored to introduce this guy and have him on the show. His name is Mark Samuel. He is the founder and CEO of IWON Organics. IWON Organics is a fast-growing, and it's, let me start over on this. He's the founder and CEO of a fast-growing IWON Organics, a wellness platform that makes bold, flavor-infused snacks made from plant-based proteins like peas, beans, and brown rice. IWON, which means I'm winning on nutrition, is focused on healthy snacking and successful long-term eating habits based on the principles of balanced nutritional profiles made up of healthy proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Mark Samuel, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. This is super professional, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a little over the top, but you know, that's how we are. We're just striving for the best. So hopefully it works. So, but yeah, first episode, man. I was your first guest. Now you're my first guest. Just returning the favor.
I like that, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
For sure, man. Yeah, thanks for joining us. All right, so let's just get right into it, man. Why don't you tell us your story, how you created IWON? I know I met you at a Whole Foods event. You know, that's how we first met. But tell us more about your brand, your product, how you created it, and really just your story behind creating this brand.
Yeah, 2016, we developed, at that time, was a high-protein chip. I wanted to get into food and beverage. I had been in the health and fitness space. I'm a lifelong health and fitness enthusiast, so it kind of just all made sense. The timing was perfect, and we started looking around at what the voids were in the savory side of snacks. I wanted it to have a protein piece or an element to it. I wanted it to be organic, all the bells and whistles, but finding that sort of balance as far as taste and texture was kind of the difficult piece. So that was 2016. We moved ahead and into 17 and just really figuring things out, as most do if they hadn't been into this space yet. And then getting into 18 was when we had started to look at doing extruded snacks, which is our puff and sticks that we have now. And those have really been our leading snacks as of today. And we've gone away with, of course, the chips since that time. And we've just been developing and growing year over year and having a lot of fun doing it.
Right on, right on. Yeah, I mean, your chips are fantastic, man. And I love how it has protein in there infused. Originally, did you want to always put protein in there? Was that your idea from the start? Because I do know that you are a workout enthusiast. I know you had a brand and some products before this, and you also are really heavily involved in the kind of the wellness, workout community. So can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in balance, balance in all things. So you'll hear about, things that I talk about as far as health, fitness, nutrition, social media, life, family. Balance is a key thing. But as far as the nutritional side, I'm a believer in balance as far as nutritional profile. So proteins, fats, carbohydrates in all of my meals and snacks. And I knew that that was going to be the foundation to what we were doing at IWON. So that was why we chose the plant-based proteins like peas and beans, because they had a higher level of protein. And I was able to also put some concentrates in there. So whether it be a brown rice protein or a pea protein, to bring the protein levels up just a little bit, so that we could differentiate ourselves, all while keeping taste and texture as being top of mind. So that's really the foundational pieces of the brand, and not just now, but where we're going to take this as we continue moving forward.
Right on, man, right on. And like protein is such a hard ingredient to work with, right? It can come off as really like chalky and like just not great tasting. And the fact that you're able to balance the protein with something that's functional and great, plus it tastes really good, and the texture, you mentioned that a couple times, the texture is just really awesome. It's crunchy, it's delicious, it's really, really amazing. What's really always impressed me about you is you're always like so passionate, like every single day. Like you bring it in interviews, you bring it in presentations, you bring it on LinkedIn, you bring it in real life, like, person to person. Like, how are you able to keep the passion going? I mean, I know there's no magic bullet, but entrepreneurs, we have to be passionate, right, with our products and our brand. So how are you like getting psyched like every day?
If we're talking about IWON, it's really easy because this is all me. I often, again, talk about how if you are going to start a company or a brand, I think it really should be a passion play. I think it even should be self-serving at first, like it was to me. I was looking for a better for you snack that I could eat, that I really couldn't find out there. And then as you're developing it, you become aware that maybe this thing is even bigger than you think. And that's what happened with me. So when I talk about IWON, it really is all the things that I believe in, because this is, like I said earlier, this is a health and wellness platform. It so happens we make snacks now, and we'll continue to make foods, but there's a lot of elements of just winning that have to do with the brand. It's about winning on nutrition. It's about winning, in fitness and health and mental, physical, all the other things that we deal with in life that come our way. It's all about just having a positive affirmation type mentality about it. So, I'm cut that way. And so it makes it really easy for me just to talk about. And so as far as anything that I'm discussing that's outside the brand, I just feel good. And, and that's one of those things that I really like to bring into, the discussion with other people. It's kind of just one of those things that makes me feel good about giving back or having sort of that reciprocation, and so it's all about that positive vibe thing. Put it out there, it'll come back, and it's just full circle stuff.
Definitely. And I think it's definitely coming back. I mean, not only on a personal level, you're a family man. That's already awesome, right? You're already winning on a personal note. But also you are freaking kicking ass on a business note as well, because your product is getting in more and more stores, tons of distribution. I went to my Sprouts locally here in Torrance, saw it on the shelf. Went to my Whole Foods, saw it on the shelf. So tell us more about your, with just on the winning note, and I won, or you're winning, and you're going to probably win the whole thing. What distribution do you have right now? Where are you right now in the country? So just people can find your product. And on top of that, what's your growth plan for the next year? Like, let's say 2021. What's your growth plan through 2021?
Yeah, we've been blessed. I mean, we've been marching forward just like any company would be. In food and beverage. It's such a tough business. I'm also very transparent and honest with our road, and I hope that serves a value both on LinkedIn and any other platform that I'm on. This is a very tough business, and you've just got to be marching forward and really leaning into the why, what we've talked about before, all that foundational elements of the brand, why you're doing it, what's it all about, who is it for, as far as the consumer, and really love what you're doing. Our growth has been amazing. So we're in Sprouts nationally. We're in Safeway NorCal. We are in SoCal Whole Foods. We're announcing another region soon. We are in Kroger out east. We're in Brookshire. We're in Rouse's. We launch on Thrive on Monday. Shout out.
Nice.
And then we're in it's going to be an awesome partnership. And then nutrition supplement, we originally started in GNC, but we're nationally at Vitamin Shoppe, which is also a great partner of ours. And then plenty of other independents. So that's the road thus far. And then next year we have a couple we have a couple really key partnerships that we're working on right now that we aren't necessarily talking about, but they fill a couple other areas that we believe will be just, again, leaning into amazing partnerships, because that's really what our strategy is about. It's not just adding door counts, it's adding the right ones and making sure that we're supporting them.
I love it. I love it. And now, with everything that's happening in the world, how are your online sales? I know you have Thrive that's coming up. Are you on Amazon as well?
On Amazon, and then we have, of course, our website. So we, again, also lucky. We've been in the right place and positioned well. We have month-over-month growth on Amazon, and then as far as our direct play on our website, it's something that we've been working on the last 90 to 120 days. So it's gonna come out and unveil something pretty soon here, and we believe we're gonna have some tremendous success as far as growth even on our website. So direct-to-consumer is a big play for us. We're big believers in the 25 to 30% of overall revenue, at least for us, and we're firmly going to be, some marching forward in all those initiatives.
I love it, man. I love it. And like, ever since the day that I met you, man, it's not only the product and the brand name, it's just, again, we go back to it, this pure passion. I mean, you're one of the most passionate entrepreneurs that I have ever seen, and that, give yourself, I'm sure as you give yourself a lot of credit on this, you're driving all that forward, right? And also your team, everyone. But you are the captain of the ship. You are the guy driving all this. And man, I'm just really, really impressed, man. I can't even say it enough. You inspire me. So that's why you're the first guest. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But, again, I've got to pull it out of me. I mean, I keep it very real, and the reality is, I have bad days, right? And yeah. I've got to get up and deal with certain things mentally that other people don't have to. And it's just one of those things that I've been able to focus on and be better at each and every day, as far as being able to turn those days around and really march forward and push this type of thing out. Because if you're not able to exude this, you're not going to be able to build not only a great, culture, but just something that has a long-standing opportunity, and you're going to need that in the environment that we're in. So, I'm blessed and I appreciate the words, but I'm just like everybody else, just trying to make things happen.
Exactly. And you are definitely making those things happen. Totally. All right. So we have a couple minutes left, I think. So wanted to kind of, just, put on I know you have your IWON cap on, right? What color is it? It's the white. Okay. I saw the Dodger blue last week, man. I saw the Dodger blue and I'm like, the guy's from San Francisco, right? Like, what's going on here? Anyway, I'm going to bust you for that all day. But anyway, let's go to put on your thinking cap on what is your advice and guidance for the entrepreneurs out there, right? That may be starting a brand, or they're in the middle of their journey. Maybe they're trying to hit their first million. Maybe they're trying to get to 5 million. What would be your advice, just for, from your heart to theirs, on how to run a successful business and how to really scale your business and also keep your head in the game? You've already mentioned some of that already, but share with us more about your thoughts on how to be successful in this business.
I mean, we could talk days on that.
Yeah. You only have 2 minutes.
It's just, food and beverage is tough. I mean, I've been in different verticals before. All business is tough, and you just got to be able to really be self-reflective, look at yourself, understand what your capabilities are. In this particular arena, cash is needed. I think people underestimate how much money is needed, to have an opportunity, unless you are willing to go a very slow route, which I've also been a proponent of. So if you have a passion, a true passion for what it is that you're developing and want to put out to the market for the particular consumer that you're going after, and have real reasons why, do it. But I also don't say it with that sort of that cliché-est type thing, which is just do it and let's see what happens. It's no, you've got to be very cautious and understand all of the obstacles that are about to come your way. So, lean into the passion, but prepare yourself, make some phone calls, connect with people, ask the right questions, because there are so many obstacles that are going to be coming your way, ones that you're not even thinking about. And if you could sort of get ahead of that before you start, you're just going to be putting yourself in a lot better position. So again, basically just preparing is a key factor in this.
I love it. I love it, man. Also, one thing that I've seen in your posts every Monday, sometimes you do it Sunday, which means I'm always on LinkedIn every single day of the week. I'm on LinkedIn more than Facebook and Instagram combined. So that's kind of like millennials, LinkedIn is a new thing, not all the other stuff out there, not TikTok. So, but what I see a lot of your posts, which is just motivating people on a Monday that you're going to close a big deal this week, right? This is going to be your week. And it's very motivational. The one thing that is really tough to do, as we all know, is reaching buyers to just share the story, and also being careful not to annoy them at the same time, which can be really good at sometimes, accidentally. What's your just last kind of tidbit before we end our first episode here? What is your advice just to reach out to buyers, connect with them, but do it in a way where they'll listen and they'll open up and eventually bring in your product?
In our space, it's a lot more patience. My overarching communication as far as sales and prospecting is really for all the sales men and women out there in all verticals. And that's just because I have so many years of it. So I love the idea of going after those victories. But I also talk a lot about small wins and really focusing on all those small wins that you can have throughout the week. But as far as buyers in food and beverage, I think patience is key. It's something I really had to learn because I was so used to really just focused on that sale and trying to get it done right away, but it doesn't work like that in our environment. So I think if somebody can hear the way that you're communicating, whether it's through email or even on the phone, your passion and what it is that you're not just doing at the company and the brand, but what it is that you want to do for them as a partnership, I think that goes a long way. And so let them sit on it, give them some time. And if you need to do the follow-up, I would say in our case, you need to wait a few weeks, maybe even a month, so that you don't cross that line that could be detrimental to really what you're trying to make happen. So I think patience is key.
Exactly. We call it, like in our office, the kiss of death, right? When you just too many emails or too many calls, and you just push them off the edge, and then you don't hear from them for a year. They never respond to anything, and they tune you out. So it's that balance is important, right? Having the passion, the energy to show them that, but not to be overboard on that and push them away. So it is a very fine balance, which you've mastered greatly. All right, so we are out of time, man. I just super grateful to have you on our first show here, Mark. And why don't you tell us, just for people that want to find it online or in stores, you've already mentioned the stores, so you covered that part. What is your website? And you're on Amazon, but what's your website if people want to find you?
IWONOrganics.com.
Love it.
Shout out to the IWON Organics team. I'm telling you, I've got the best team in the business, and I'm just blessed to be working with them. So that's my outro. Shout out to the team that I'm on.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? All right. So thank you again, man. This is the first episode, and it is in the books, completo, done with a ribbon on top. And so this is the 15 minutes of genius, and we're going to have a weekly show, obviously every single week, posting hopefully every Friday, all on LinkedIn and also on YouTube. And thank you again to Mark Samuel, from the founder and CEO of IWON Organics, and also a big shout out to the other Mark, right? A couple Marks on the show, Mark Nicholas, who is producing this entire thing, Mark N at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. All right, thank you very much, and stay genius, my friends.
Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you.